Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. I hope the day is treating you kindly, and if you're new here, my name is Latte and today we're going to be decorating my resident services. So before we begin, I wanted to quickly show you where it is located compared to my airport. It is quite close, so I have to do a couple of tricks to try to make it look a little bit further away than it actually is. And I've also already started building up some of the areas around it. And by some, I mean just this little spot here with the wedding archway. I really wanted it to work, so I just wanted to test it out before I started filming, and it worked out, so I decided to save the rest for the video. And also we're ignoring this part behind the building because I still need to work on that, and that is for another video for another time, so just ignore that. Otherwise, I'm going to start. First thing that I'm doing is working on this little river pond situation that I have. If you are familiar with the old layout of my island, I used to have a water feature that is similar basically to the one that I'm doing now. Same layout, just slightly different is basically what I'm doing, because I really did like the way that my plaza area looked in this front section before I tore everything down. So I'm just making something very similar to how I had it, but just slightly different. I wanted to keep the front of the plaza pretty simple and minimal design wise, because I knew that I was going to build up some cliffs behind the resident services building, and I didn't want there to be too much going on, if you know what I mean. So I decided to keep it pretty simple. Also, it makes it easy to run through without having to worry about stepping over a bunch of items. Mostly because I knew that the plaza would end up becoming a connecting build, so I was going to have a bunch of different pathways leading off the resident services that leads to different parts of the island. Like for example, I have this pathway that's leading to the bridge, and I'm going to have a build connecting off of that. There's the pathway that you go through the wedding arch that leads towards the back of the island. There's also the path that goes behind the building that's going to lead to a little alley kind of thing, and there's going to be another set of pathways that I will make coming off the left side of the building too. So a bunch of pathways will get put down. I also had a really hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the resident services, because I feel like it's a very difficult building to work with. The colors are set in place. It's very hard to sort of customize, and unless you have a theme that kind of fits in with the theme of the building, like it's a little bit harder to decorate with. So that's why I just ended up making it more of a connecting build. I decided to put cliffs only on the two back corners of the plaza, so that way there was a little pathway that I could walk behind and like sneak through and feel like a little secret agent every time I walk through it. The other reason why I did that was because I didn't like the way that it looks on the map, on my map, because I also had it that way in my previous island, and I wasn't a big fan of it because I felt like it was hard to decorate, because it was almost like you couldn't put anything behind the building because it'd be blocked off anyway. So that's why I just left it blank, and I'm only putting cliffs on the two corners, and I will be decorating that once I'm done. So now I'm beginning to decorate the cliffs. I knew that I wanted the figure 8 one to have a water feature that wrapped around itself, so it was like a little river kind of situation, and I think it looks really cute. I used to be okay with having my waterfalls not connect to any water source, but now it just feels so weird seeing it without anything there, so I had to put one in. It feels naked without it. And how cute is the combination of the mushroom stool with the frog snack? It looks so cute. I think this combination is one of my favorites. And of course we have a villager with us today. It is Egbert today, and he decided to help me out. And by help me out, I mean just pacing all around the areas that I wanted to work on. But because he's cute, he's forgiven. So I also, this area that I'm making with the bench, I'm not too sure if it's going to be staying, but I wanted to put something there for the time being until I build up the area around it. So that is placeholder for now, but I think it looks cute. And then I wanted to add in the Crescent moon chair because I absolutely love this item, and I thought it looked really cute with the whatchamacallit butterfly. God, that took me a minute. With the butterfly, it looks like when you go down to the ground, I'm going to show you in a second, it looks like the butterfly is sitting on the chair, and it looks so cute. Like, how cute is that? That is so cute. So I was really happy when I figured that one out. So now that I was happy with that layout, I'm just picking everything up and putting down a bunch of designs so that way nothing spawns up here, because I don't want to have to dismantle everything to get it again. And of course I put everything back the way that I found it. Once I was happy with how this area looked, I'm now moving on to the second cliff. And on this cliff, I'm going to be making a little fairy village, and I'm so excited to show you because I absolutely adore them. And I have one that's near my marketplace that I made. It's just 2 doll houses there, but it looks so cute. And my plan is to incorporate them throughout the island, so that way it kind of ties it in with the Fairycore theme without it being too over the top, you know. But yeah. So I'm just decorating this little tail bit and slowly building my way towards the back. For my fairy village, I basically just experimented until I was happy with how it looked. I used the pink doll houses that we got during the Toy Day event and basically just experimented until I was happy with how it looked. One of the things that I found is you need to add some height and put the houses on different levels so that way it looks a little bit more dynamic. And I've noticed that if you're using the same colored dollhouse, it looks a little bit more interesting if you rotate it so that way a different side is showing. It looks like it's a different object even though it's technically not. But yeah, that's basically all I did. And how cute is that owl design? I found this on Instagram, I think, and I thought it was so cute. So I wanted to use that and have little owls just scattered throughout my island. I will list all the codes that I've used in the description box below, so if you're interested in any of them, I'll have them down there so you can go ahead and check them out. For this cliff, I didn't really have any other ideas besides making the fairy village. So after I got that all settled in, I just decorated the rest of the cliff to make it look really whimsical and just help it fit in with the theme. I also wanted to try to make it look like as if the gnomes and fairies that live up on here have like their own like resources and stuff available for them to use and to survive and whatnot. So that's basically it. Once I was happy with the cliff, I decorated the little space of grass that was between the cliff and the plaza bricks. It took me a minute to try to figure out how I wanted to decorate this, but in the end, I ended up settling for the Nova light. I'm now going to work on the final area for this video, which is this little corner that's coming off of the entrance of the plaza. Like I mentioned, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do on the left side of the island, just like directly coming off the plaza. If you have any ideas, I would absolutely love them. So if you got any ideas for what I can do on this side of the island, please let me know, because right now I am stumped and I don't know what I'm doing. But I still wanted to decorate it very minimally. I assume that I'm probably going to have like a pathway coming off of that, and I can just have this sort of incorporate into it. So that's basically it. I'm just checking to make sure it kind of fits in with the rest of the theme that I'm doing around the plaza. And then I remembered that I had found these bunny designs that I'm going to go and download now. I will have the code up on the screen so you can take a screenshot or pause it, but I'll also leave it in the description box. It is basically like the Beanie design, and somebody turned that into little bunny rabbits, and they're so cute. I almost cried because of how cute it is, and I legit tears when I put it down. It is so adorable. So I was like, I need to use this for sure. So like, how cute is that? That is so cute. It is so cute. The very last thing that I'm going to do now is add in some dirt patches next to the left side of the plaza. Like I mentioned, I don't really know what's going to come off of here, so I didn't do a full complete path. I just wanted to have a couple of patches so that way it looks complete. And I also added in another rabbit design because I just loved it so much, and now I plan to use that throughout my island as well. Also, I've noticed that I'm not loving this pathway as much as I used to at the beginning. I want something that is similar to this, but just a little bit more brighter, maybe with like brighter flowers or something like that, but we'll see what I decide to do in the future, because we're nearing the end of today's speed build, and after this I took a couple of shots for you guys so you guys can see some of the areas in closer detail, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, I would love it if you gave it a like. It would help me out a lot. And if you enjoy content like this and possibly Sims 4 stuff in the future too, as well as Animal Crossing, subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any future uploads. Other than that, I love you all, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!